Hello and welcome back. We are here on Magic Arena playing in the early access event for Llorwyn Eclipsed. Playing some more standard in preparation for the next Arena Championship, which I'm qualified for. And today we're playing a more familiar deck, which is the Badgermole Cub sort of value toolbox deck. We've seen two versions of this deck running around in the past, one of which is the more popular version of which is blue-green, playing Quantum Riddler. And also there's a green-black version playing Overlord of the Balemurk, just taking advantage of different advantages that those colors give you. But I figured, why not both? Why not have blue and black? Because, well, again, we're playing with Formidable Speaker, which in my mind fits better in the black-green version of this deck, because you're interacting more with the graveyard in that version, with the likes of Overlord and that kind of thing. But you also get access to Kavaero, or Superior Spider-Man, if you're a paper player, if you're playing both blue and black. So I decided to kind of mash both decks together and see if we can build some kind of monstrosity that works with both decks. Otherwise, the strategy is pretty much the same. We're just playing cheap mana producers, overpowering them with Badgermole Cub, and trying to go nuts with all that mana. So don't need to go too into detail on any of the card selections. It's all kind of self-explanatory, so we're just going to hop right into some matches and see if we can face roll some people. This hand looks perfectly acceptable to me. Looks like we might be playing against Sultai Reanimator. No secret what we're playing now. Overlord. Oh, this is not what I thought it was. This is interesting. Probably gets Emptiness to kill my next play. Nope. Draw the discard. Okay. We will play this for black. Cub. Leyline Weaver. Most likely our Cub's gonna die if I had to guess. Yep, sure enough. He's not discarding anything, that's curious. He must like his hand. Okay. So we can play land. Go boom boom. Do this. Ooh, Ouroboroid. Don't mind if I do. Even if we didn't mill the Ouroboroid, we would have probably just got back Cub. Started doing other fun stuff. And that'll do it. Okay, so against him, we want some graveyard interaction, which means what's coming in? We already have some main deck hate, but we can bring in... Oh, I just realized our sideboard got a little messed up. We don't have the Keen-Eyed Curator in there. We do have one in the main, but we do have the Dawnhand Dissident, which is kind of a slower version of it. That can also give us some card advantage later in the game. Just testing that out. What else do we want to bring in? Deceit, I don't know about. Bitter Triumph, Requiting Hex, probably don't need it. We're not playing a lot of interaction in this deck, which is notable. The only interaction we really have is Harvester of Misery, which we can fetch with the Formidable Speaker, but that doesn't seem to kill anything we care about. We can bring in the Bitter Triumph if we want. I don't think I really want to overdo anything. I'll probably just leave it as is and cut one card. Maybe Craterhoof on the draw. So that's less likely to win us the game outright. It's a nice looking hand. We are trying out the one copy of Molt Tender. I didn't talk about it, but I replaced the 4th Leyline Weaver. It doesn't get hit by Spell Snare, which is nice, and also we, in theory, will have more cards in the graveyard for it to be active more often, so I don't know if that's correct or not. It's probably not, but again, we're testing, just trying things out. There's Kavaero. I assume he's still got the combo going on in his deck with Bringer of Last Gift, so curious either way. Emptiness is going to kill something. Yep. That's fine. Ouroboroid. Don't mind if I do. We'll say so far Formidable Speaker hasn't super impressed me, but also we've just kind of gotten the rolly Ouroboroid rolls so far. It's mostly for games where the opponent's heavily disrupting our plans, so it's going to bounce Ouroboroids, it's fine. Okay. Alright, he's slowing us down pretty good. So here's the issue. It's actually not that big of an issue. We can play the Curator, hold up mana, and just start eating his graveyard. If he plays Kavaero, we can eat some stuff in response. He doesn't choose the target until it's on the stack, or until it's resolved, rather, which is the one unfortunate thing. But based on how he taps his mana and all that, we can make an informed decision on what to eat. He can go double black, double blue to get both effects of Deceit. He can't get the white for Emptiness. I guess he could if he goes white, white, blue, black. So this is actually going to work out nicely, because based on what he chooses to copy, we can get rid of most things. Black, black, blue, blue. Yep. Let's go ahead and eat all of his big dummies. So you can copy Duelist of the Mind, which is fine, honestly. Not to worry. Nature's Rhythm. Let's see, nothing else I have to worry about in the yard. Let's just go Ouroboroid and Elf. Doesn't really matter what I tap. Not gonna attack. He's gonna get some damage in, but that's okay. Alright. That's a pretty good one. He does have just enough to cast it. So I've got to be careful here. That we don't just die to his flyers. What can I get with my speaker or my rhythm? I can get nothing useful in my graveyard. How much mana do I have? 4, 5, 6. I can rhythm for Badgermole. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not super useful. I guess it's kind of useful because then I can post combat. I can play speaker. No, I can play rhythm. Get Badgermole. Then I'll have green, 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 green. I can flash it back and get River Regent. That's probably my plan. So let's go for 2. Make sure I'm doing this right. Get my cub. Earthbend on something, doesn't really matter. Then we activate our Ouroboroid. Attack with nothing. Post combat, we go green, 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 green. Flash this back for 6. Tapping this for Harmonize. Get the River Regent. Bounce you and probably the Overlord rather than Kavaero. And now we should be fine. Alright, Kavaero is pretty good. I like this deck, whatever he's playing. It's a neat little value package. Don't know if it's actually good, but you know. So he's going to copy the Emptiness and get back the Aborn Oculus. Pretty good. What are we to do is the question. Speaker, and then we have 6 mana afterwards to cast whatever we get. What do I want to get? Probably just another Ouroboroid. Or do I just start sending into his face? That's probably pretty good too. Do I have enough? Can I get this Curator going? Whoops, I only have creature right now. Creature, land. Nothing else I can eat, so I can't activate it. Let's play Speaker. Probably should have left up black mana just in case. let's ditch... Actually, I do have the Gene Pollinator. Let's ditch the other speaker. See what I can grab. Probably just like a Deep-Cavern Bat to be safe. Let's play it. Black. Oh, I ran out of time. That's a little annoying, but we can work with it. Send you in, you in, you in. You? I just send in the clowns, honestly. Send everyone in except for... Leave the cub back, nope, send the cub in. Leave the pollinator behind. Now we'll just send in the clowns. Okay, just takes the decision out of my hands. I've got to be mindful of my clock. It's a complicated game. Maybe I should have left the river region back. He can go block, block, block. No, he has to block with more than 3 guys. I should have just sent everybody. It was overcomplicating things. He would survive, but he'd go to 2 and he'd lose his whole board. So in spite of myself, I am probably going to win this game. Double block in there, it's fine. I will kill the Kavaero, I think. No, I'll kill the Oculus. If he somehow finds a way to trigger the Duelist of the Mind 6 times... Nope, it only triggers once a turn. Never mind. I don't know how cards work. Well, I kind of bumbled my way through this game, but we still managed to find the victory. Cool deck our opponent's playing, but doesn't seem too well positioned against the meta. I'm not going to explore it any further unless someone manages to beat me with it. Let's go into another match. So far what I've learned is that the base package of the deck is good, which we already knew. Haven't yet been impressed by the new cards, but there's always time for that to change. Alright, might be our first chance to play against Lessons. Uno. Okay. What do I want to play here? Probably Deep-Cavern Bat to start. See what we're working against. Aha, there's Spell Snare. Curious why he would not do that earlier to prevent me from using mana. Unless he was also holding up a Quench, but even so, if you were, you'd want to constrain my mana, right? Don't know. But yeah, Spell Snare. if you are doubting this card being good in Standard, stop now, because it is one of the best cards in the format. Automatically. Okay, let's play Overlord. And probably Deep-Cavern Bat again. See if he has another Spell Snare. Flood Caller. Get rid of that. He's gonna get back towards the tower, most likely. Yep. Quantum Riddler. Well, I can go Riddler Curator, or I can go Formidable Speaker. Huh. I think we start with Quantum Riddler. Alright. Probably just Curator, tap land, go. Yeah. Could play Speaker, but we don't get any value out of it right away. This gives me more protection. Might as well send in for one, because that thing's gonna die. You can torch, play land or whatever, and then play the Riddler for value. He bargained it. I'm not sure why. It would have died either way, right? Not sure I understand that play. Is there an argument for blocking here? Land, creature, instant, enchantment. I can grow it next turn into a 7/7. I think I just take this. Sentinel. A little redundant. Do I just play the Riddler? Might be my best option. I can Speaker, getting Badgermole. It's a little late for that though. Or I can pump up my Curator, but that seems like the worst option if he has like a Boomerang basics or something. Let's just play our Quantum Riddler. Might get quenched or something. Nope. Gotta say, Formidable Speaker's not been super impressing me in any of these games. There's the basics, yep. I mean, we have to block, right? If he has an instant. I mean, chumping doesn't seem any good. Yeah, if he kills me, he kills me. Alright, I go to 2. I mean, do I even have options here? Not really. Concede this. I guess, do I bring in Harvester of Misery for his Valley Floodcaller? Probably. And the Bitter Triumph. Spell Snare, I mean, most of the stuff that he does is like 1 mana or way more than 1 mana, so this doesn't seem like the matchup for that. Surrock can come in. Sentinel can stay. Craterhoof can come out. Don't know if Deep-Cavern Bat's actually much good. The best thing we can do with it, honestly, is if we play it and then he kills it, and then we Kavaero to copy it as a 4/4, that's really good. Problem is, a lot of his removal exiles, like Torch the Tower, Combustion Tactics, or whatever it's called. Molt Tender hasn't impressed me much, honestly. Probably should just be the 4th Leyline Weaver. I'll cut 1 speaker. Got 2 speakers. No, I'm going to keep in all the speakers just because I need to test with it. See if it's actually worth keeping or not. I'll cut 1 Overlord. I'll go to 3 speakers. Even though it's not impressed me and it's been very clunky in all these games, I need to keep playing with it just to see if it's worth continuing to brew with. It might be that this is just an imperfect fit for the card. It'll work better in a different deck, like Reanimator. This hand is fine. I think I ditched the Dissident. It is good with Ouroboroid, but everything's good with Ouroboroid, so... Could have also ditched land, but if he has multiple removal spells, we're going to want the mana. And I'm pretty sure if we just stick an Ouroboroid, we're going to be good no matter what. See if we get Spell Snared. We probably are. No, doesn't have it. Probably a Torch the Tower then. None of the above. It's fine by me. Kavaero's not a bad draw. Let's go ahead and shock. Island. Play Ouroboroid. If this gets countered, it's not the end of the world because we drew the Kavaero. Seer is fine. So next turn... and the funny thing is, if we Kavaero copying the Ouroboroid, it immediately gives 4 counters instead of just 1, because it's a 4/4. Alright. Might as well play against Quench. We'll shock. Interesting. Okay, just a hard counter. Fine. He missed on the Thunder Trap, but he has a Splash Portal. Okay, that's a good draw. Let's, I would like to get Kavaero with this, but we already drew the one of. But we'll go ahead and grab an Ouroboroid. Sure. I mean, he's answered everything so far. He hasn't presented too much of a clock yet, which is good. Play this. He didn't stock up, so I assume he has something for 2 mana. Sure. Why would you not? Okay, sure. So we can Nature's Rhythm next turn. Hopefully putting Harvester of Misery in play, if I have enough mana for it. It's basically dependent on if my Ouroboroid survives or not. Otherwise, we can only do it for 3, it looks like. This looks like a dangerous attack to block, so I'm not going to. Sure. Okay. Oh, this is kind of... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I need 9 mana total to go get Harvester. Okay, so I think we're okay. I can't play the Llanowar Elves, though, because then I won't have enough green mana. No attacks. Grab Harvester. Now we should be okay, as long as he can't present another quick clock. Curious why he wouldn't hard cast that. Unless he has a way to give it haste. Or a splash portal. So far he doesn't. Aha. Alright, well our play is pretty straightforward. Just gonna jump. Jump the wrong one, but it doesn't really matter. No, that is Menace. Never mind, he didn't. Okay, well, we won, but it didn't feel great. Anything else we want to change? Maybe Reclamation Sage to hit the Storm Chaser's talent, but even that seems not super ideal. Sentinel is also not amazing, honestly. He's not as into the graveyard as, like, the Lessons deck is. It's pretty much just the Storm Chaser's talent. Don't think I want Deceit. Another Riddler maybe, because he is... It's going to be a long grindy game. Something like that. Dawnhand Dissident I'm not sure about either, honestly. I'll leave it in just to try it, see if it comes up at all. Still haven't seen anything really worth spell snaring. There's the Thunder Trap Trainer, but even that, if we're countering that, we're in kind of rough shape. I'd rather be the aggressor in the matchup. Not really worried about anything he does, as long as I can establish a board presence of any kind. Usually it's good news for me. I think Spell Snare is worth bringing in against Lessons. They have more relevant targets like Artist Talent and Accumulate Knowledge, or Wisdom, or whatever it's called. This is a good looking hand. Mold to 5, that's a good start. Play an elf. Although, when you're playing a Quantum Riddler deck, sometimes mulligans aren't as bad for you as they might otherwise be. Okay, let's go. Boom, boom, Cub, see if it gets countered. And Pollinator. Gross. Okay, let's play Suruk, I believe. I'll shock, just cause. Let's start with Bat. See what we're up against. Spell Snare, perhaps. Removal spell. Alright, I'll take a free card. Thank you very much. And torch the tower, probably. Indeed. Stock up. Alright, pretty good card to have. Play Overlord. There's an argument for waiting another turn so I can hardcast it, but oh, those are all nice options to have. I think I'm going to take Suruk here. Ouroboroid, he's going to have a lot of ways to answer. We're unlikely to have a wide board presence pretty much at any point this game. Suruk's going to help us get some card advantage going against him. Alright. Play Suruk and Pollinator. Riddler. Splash Portal. Pretty good. Yeah, I think we just want to blue, do this, play River Regent, bounce the Riddler. And probably the Overlord as well. And that's game. Alright, well, I like the way this deck feels. Once again, Formidable Speaker, kind of our worst card. But we'll keep testing it. Maybe we just haven't hit the right situation yet. Go for another. Overgrown Tomb is honestly the bigger addition to this deck so far. Just to make the mana as good as it can be. That's the one reason I think that the black-green version of this deck didn't really take off before, was because it was lacking Overgrown Tomb. But now it has pretty much perfect mana, whether you're going 3-color or just 2-color. But I like having the blue as well. So far I'm liking this deck. Maybe without the speakers or with fewer speakers, I'm not sure yet, but we'll keep testing. And the next deck I'm probably going to test is Sultai Reanimator, just the classic Bringer of the Last Gift deck. My suspicion is that, I mean, obviously Speaker is going to be great in that deck. That's the best place for it. I don't know if it's going to do enough to put the deck over the top of some of the other strategies in Standard. It's good against the Lessons deck, but not as good against the Cub decks, because the Toolbox package gives them way more graveyard hate, even in game 1. So we'll see. Lots to think about in the new Standard format, but I think the format's in a pretty good place overall. It was a good hand. Double red. Let's just shock. Play Elf, play Overlord. Not bad, not bad. Let's take a Quantum Riddler. Kill an elf. Not sure why he didn't do that last turn, but we don't ask questions. And we take a win. Against blue-red, Riddler. Probably Surrock. And that's about it. Don't see much use for anything else. I'll try Dissident again. Got the Tender, which has not really impressed me so far. We'll go down on a Speaker again, and one more. Craterhoof. Pretty much every version of this deck plays one Craterhoof. I've not been super impressed with it. Obviously it's great in the mirror, but every other matchup it's just like really hard to set up. Anyway, let's go again. Don't know if I'm supposed to be bringing in Boss Sing Se against these decks. I definitely should have against the last person. I just forgot about it. What do we have here? This is a keep. Mana's a little bit awkward. Okay, now it's not. Oh, no, it's especially not. Let's play Overlord. It's countered, it's fine. In for one. Doing nothing. Let's play Ouroboroid. Probably gonna get killed. Or bounced. Which is honestly worse than being killed right now, because I wanted to Kavaero next turn. That's fine, I'll just replay Ouroboroid. He's not contributing to the board in any meaningful way, so I am happy as a clam. Deep-Cavern Bat. I'm just going to slam Ouroboroid again. Get this tapped. He lets it happen. Curious. Okay, sure. Alright, well, that wasn't much of a match. I think I'll do one more, just because that was kind of anticlimactic. And it was the same deck we faced earlier. I'd like to play either a mirror or against Lessons, but again, it's pretty understandable that people want to try out new strategies, new cards, rather than just play the tier 1 meta decks. Probably have to wait until the set properly releases on Magic Arena to get the championship testing I'm hoping for. Today is just about brewing and trying new things. This is a keep, but this hand... is it a keep? This hand's honestly kind of bad. We don't have a turn 2 play. This Pollinator does nothing. I'm going to mulligan this. Yeah, this is better. We'll ditch the worst card in our deck, honestly. I have not been happy with the Speaker of this game, or in any of these matches. What do you do? Move a counter. Oh, so this is probably just a mere mid-range. Let's play a tapped Swamp. I don't know why people play this deck still. Let's play Weaver, because it has reach. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, off to a good start. This is where the lack of main deck Harvester of Misery hurts us a little bit. What do I want to do? Play Speaker, doesn't do much for me right now. Probably just go Badgermole Molt Tender. And again, if this Molt Tender had been a Leyline Weaver, we'd actually be in better shape right now. Because we'd have blockers, or a blocker at least. Some damage. Ooh, that's pretty powerful. Uh-huh. Ugh, if we had Harvester in the main deck, we'd be in pretty good shape right now, but probably should have one in the main deck now that I am seeing things play out. Let's think. I can Nature's Rhythm for 5. Get what? Quantum Riddler? That's not even that great. I can Formidable Speaker, discarding the Nature's Rhythm, and then play Ouroboroid, I guess. Get in for some damage. 2, 4, threatening 8 damage at most. Let's exile that. Let's actually go Formidable Speaker, discarding the Nature's Rhythm, to go grab our Ouroboroid. And play it. The good news is his Bitter Bloom Bearer is... Well, I can't talk. His Bitter Bloom Bearer is pinging him for damage every turn. So he has to be kind of careful as well. I don't know if there's like a Fairy Lord that pumps his whole team. That would kill me here, probably. Badgermole down. That's the other card that's going to be very useful in this standard format, I think. That and Spell Snare are going to be really nice against the all the Badgermole Cub decks. And honestly, just make Is it the best deck in standard again, if we're being honest. Uh-huh. So, he has a lot of mana up. What happens if I just send everybody? Nature's Rhythm. What can I even get with Nature's Rhythm? I only have 5 mana. Another Cub is really my only option. I can Overlord, grabbing Cub, play Cub. That doesn't seem great. Let's go to combat. I guess I'm just sending. He has 2 blockers. Probably kills something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let's actually leave back the Molt Tender. Send in these 3. We don't present lethal, which is the bad news, but I'm guessing he's going to do that. He's going to block. We will go Elf plus Nature's Rhythm for our reach blocker and hope for the best. Harmonizing this. Oh, that doesn't work at all. Never mind. I was 2 mana short. I thought I had... Anyway. Interesting. We definitely want the Harvester. What else? I mean, Scrap Shooter has reach. That's something. Definitely want both the Requiting Hexes. Spell Snare, I'll probably bring it on the draw, not on the play. Quantum Riddler, may not have time for. Bitter Triumph comes in. Let's cut this. Cut Curator. Craterhoof, again, has not impressed me much. Neither is Molt Tender, if we're being honest. It should just be the 4th Leyline Weaver. So in the defense of Formidable Speaker, even though I've been kind of trash-talking it this whole time, this is a scenario where it's better because we have silver bullet cards that we need to find, like Harvester of Misery. We will play first. Ooh, this hand is pretty rough. If this was a Llanowar Elves, this is a keep. Otherwise, I think this is not worth keeping. This is much better. Ditch an elf. We don't have black mana currently. This is a hand where the Gene Pollinator would be better. Okay, there we go. We'll save black. Play Cub. Weaver. Up down. What a draw. Yeah, I mean, some version of this deck is just always going to be good in Standard for that exact reason. Even if they have Disruption, Ouroboroid just face rolls people sometimes. Right, Spell Snares can come in on the draw. I'll cut like a Nature's Rhythm and a Speaker, I guess. They're my slowest cards. Everything else looks good. Alright, we run it back. Sure. Haven't seen much that convinces me that this Fairies deck is actually good. It is scary, though. It's probably just worse than the Dimir midrange, which I also think is not a very good deck in this format. Shocking himself, which means there's probably a Spell Snare or Requiting Hex. So, what do I play? I think I play Leyline Weaver. Yeah, play Leyline Weaver. Next turn I can Cub Bat. And I don't care about this getting Requiting Hexed or Spell Snared. Oh, what is this card? Okay, sure. This is already in Standard. I just don't know cards. It's like Planeswalker, Kaido, yep. Would have been nice to take with Deep-Cavern Bat, but it would have just died anyway. So we're Requiting Hex. Let's just go for Badgermole, Deep-Cavern Bat. This still can tap for black currently, right? Yes. See what we're working with. Betrayal, Spell Stutter, Dream Thief. Don't care that much about Betrayal. I kind of do. I don't love that he has that Spell Stutter, but I guess I can play around it. Yeah, so we'll take the Betrayal. It's gonna get in, take 3. Not even sure what we want to get here with Formidable Speaker. Don't have any ways to answer a Planeswalker with it, unfortunately. Besides, I guess, Marang River Regent, but that's going to be pretty slow and susceptible to Spell Stutter. Yep. Okay. Badgermole's not a bad draw. Spell Stutter counters unless I pay 3, which I can do. Play Cub. Could play Formidable Speaker and pay the tax. Curious. What do I get is the question. I'll play it and see what he wants to do. Probably just Ouroboroid. This Requiting Hex isn't doing much for me right now. And we'll send in with everybody. Because now I guess the betrayal is still pretty annoying. Maybe it blocks my land, makes sense. We're going to take another 3. So we currently have 6 mana. More than that, actually, because the Formidable Speaker can untap the land. He's going aggro. Alright, I'll take this. He could upkeep kill my Overgrown Tomb to keep me off of the mana to play the Ouroboroid, which would be annoying. I wonder if we could play Kaido in this deck, since we are playing black and blue. It doesn't seem great. Like, if you imagine it in our hand in this scenario, like, what would we even want to bounce back to our hand? I guess Badgermole. I don't know. Opponent is working through their options. He's thinking about the strategic betrayal, so he must have a way to kill my bat. Nope, he's going to go after Badgermole. And he's going to upkeep... No, he's not. Okay, decision time. Ninjas get +1/+1, not fairies. That's good to know. So I could maybe trick him here. Let's play Ouroboroid. With only 1 mana up to entice him into Spell Stutter. But he is smart and reads the Formidable Speaker, which can untap my land to give me an extra 2 mana. So he wisely does not do it. We will go to combat. Send in the goons. Alright, good news. Kite it down. Now we're in pretty good shape, I would say. So finally, Formidable Speaker is pulling its weight. That's one thing we haven't really talked about yet, is this is the best use. This deck has the best use for its secondary ability, untapping permanents, because our mana creatures tap for more than 1 mana. Alright, so I'm glad we got that extra match in there. I like this deck. I mean, obviously, it's one of the best decks in Standard. We're just tweaking it a little bit. Still on the fence about how many speakers we're supposed to play, and you know, how deep into it we're supposed to go into building around it and that kind of thing. Is it even better than Nature's Rhythm? Don't know. Molt Tender should definitely be the 4th Leyline Weaver. Get that out of there. But yeah, this seems like a very powerful deck to me. There's some unexplored potential for sure with the speaker and with the 3-color variation of the deck. So yeah, let me know what you think of the deck, if you've experimented with similar yourself, and we'll see you next time.